Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Acclaim and Namco could spark a new trend in the industry. Welcome once again. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Let's get it started here. Namco and Acclaim, they're going to start a brand new trend. I'm telling you, I can feel this coming. When I told you in a prior video that the retro video game market made up to 14% of the entire industry, it's for the reason that I wasn't the only analyst looking at these numbers, right? When we see these trends come out here, it's about money. And that's about $26 billion. That's a huge chunk of change. And I think these companies are realizing that there's all this potential to make money out there, passive income at that. And that's what Namco looked at. You know, they have bean counters just like myself out there. And they, look at the market and say, where can we make more money? How can we be more profitable? Right? That's the name of the game. Well, you have this whole library out there, sitting out there, doing nothing for you. Just, reprinting old games, and reselling them in the eShop and the Steams and whatever. But you could be making new properties at no cost to you. You can license these out, right? Maybe get 20% of the revenue back after the licensing fee, which hopefully it's not too much. And you can create passive income. Passive income that you can then turn and use for your AAA titles. That's right. That's the whole name of the game when it comes to licensing. And these companies that have huge libraries are just leaving money on the table. I'm not the only analyst that's going to go out there and see this. I hope this becomes a trend. You also have Acclaim coming back. That's a great thing. Can you imagine if these people can revive their old titles? Are you ready with an NBA Jam, official NBA Jam with Curry, for example, on the cover of the game? Oh man, wouldn't that be something? A new NBA Jam arcade that can be licensed out there to all these new arcade makers out there. I'm telling you, there's money to be made in this market. People are hungry for these things. This is why it's a huge market right now to not only repurpose these machines, but to create new ones, create knockoffs, whatever you want to call them, because people want these properties. And a lot of these companies have just been sitting on this money. When I saw the reports come out on the retro gaming market, I do it for business purposes. All I do is apply business principles to the retro gaming market, to the video game market, right? And there's just too much on the table. If you notice right now, the video game market is not active, really. I mean, we have some really good games coming out, but very few people talk about them because they don't see the benefit, because the enthusiasm for the market is not there like there used to be. We have some great games coming out, and I'll talk about them in another video, but you don't see people really hype for them like they used to be. And a lot of creators, for example, are not talking about other things. They talk about drama, they talk about politics, they try to infuse other things into their channel, which should be about video games. And there are enough video games to talk about out there. But there isn't that enthusiasm that past titles used to have, and it's because we're not getting as many games as we used to. And the games that we do get, they're not of the quality that makes you want to talk about them, makes you want to share them, right? That's the difference. You can have, a million indie games out there, but they're all the chibi, 4-bit looking, where you can't tell what the character's doing. Nobody's really hyped for that. But you could be hyped as a retro gamer for retro reimagined, for a lot of your properties that you're out there, right? For a lot of the properties that you've already played, that you want to play today. And you don't want to pull out your old Sega Genesis, you don't want to pull out, your old systems, and you want to play on your PlayStation. Maybe you want a new physical copy of a game, because your old one is hard to afford. Right? Your old titles now that you wanted to buy are now $300-400. Well, Atari has hit the sweet spot. If they retro reimagine something and they pull it out there for, $30 like they did Yars for, 10 hours of entertainment, that's great. Because video games now, they're costing $100. GTA is going to launch at $100. Not everybody has that kind of money. And maybe you're not an online player. Most retro gamers are not. This right here, Namco and Acclaim, these are the kind of things that we're interested in, right? These are the type of things that the retro market could absorb and enjoy. And for these companies, it's just passive income. Whether it's Activision, Namco, you name it. You have so many companies, Atlas, where you have properties that are just sitting there making no money whatsoever. Because when we buy, retro video games, they don't get a nickel. They don't. And these retro games, that some of them were failures when they were launched. So, they produced the game, they did everything for the game. Take Shin Megami Tensei titles, for example. They're revered now, but when they came out, they didn't sell that well. Right? It's not until they were used and became collectible that they started seeing a gain in popularity, and then now these companies have to redo the games in order to make money again. But this is a great way to generate revenue, to generate interest, to tap into this $26 billion market without having to invest anything. Now, guys, when I look at this, I see a trend coming, and I see other companies doing it. If Acclaim is able to make money as an independent publisher again, you could see some other publishers coming back into the market, specifically in the retro gaming market. But if Namco starts making a lot of money by licensing their games out and leveraging that cash in order to invest in their AAA properties, now that's going to be really a trend, right? That you're going to see happen over and over again. Because remember, guys, it's not only just the video games. We're talking t-shirts, we're talking mugs, we're talking everything. And not only that, there's a huge, and I mean a huge market in the gambling industry, where you make all these slot machines with all these properties and you make even more money, believe it or not. That's a lot of reasons. For example, Sega doesn't develop a lot of their old properties, or even Konami, because they make more money sometimes licensing these out to like a Persona slot machine or something, right? Or putting, their properties in Vegas is going to make a lot more money than just having the property sit there. Well, now you have a different revenue stream. It's not only going to be that, but hopefully they'll focus on the games, because that's where you can make a lot of money with a dedicated fan base, which is us. And maybe, just maybe, we can get back to talking about video games and not talk about other things, because the video game market is so boring for us. Guys, I'm really happy about this. I hope Acclaim comes back, and all the titles. The first one that I think about when I think about Acclaim is NBA Jam. Man, if they would remodernize that thing, I'm telling you, it'd be one of the first cartridges I'm buying. All right, humans. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want the longer version of this. It's on my Substack, and I'll put it down below. You can read it. It has all the details on there, references that you can go look at. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.